Hello, team, and welcome back to another
one
Brokers Plobcast or videocast,
as DJ Khaled says,
depending on how you like to consume us. So today we are going to talk. It's going to be very self-indulgent, more so than our other ones.
Therapy session.
A therapy session, right? Everyone, are you sitting comfortably? We are going to be talking about setbacks that have happened and made us learn something.
Dad, you learn something from every setback?
Learn something from everything, right? Every day is a school day. Yeah. However, we're going to mainly focus on the bad things that have helped us become good people.
Yeah. I mean, I know you've got a couple. I'll go first. Probably the biggest. I don't know how much I learned from this, but obviously, so
it's a good start.
The
now
UAE,
it's just a story.
The UAE market was going great guns, probably 2011 to 2015. We got in the market about 2013, so we had 2 great years, and we're like, well, this real estate gig's great. And then it was on the slide, and 2017 was really hard. And 2018, we're always kind of like bobbing along. 2018, there came a month where we couldn't make payroll. I don't know if I ever told you that.
You did, I remember.
Couldn't make payroll, and luckily I had some savings in the UK, and I'd actually like put a lot, like everything I owned, I pretty much put into the company and living whilst I was everything I owned, all my savings, and I had some savings in the UK, and I think it was about time that we sold our house in the UK, and so I brought some money over, and I paid payroll, and then I really thought, what am I doing? Like literally, this is a losing business. All we're doing is rentals. Sales is dead as disco, had been for years. All we're doing is rentals. It's like, a really tough market. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It's getting better anytime soon. We'd had a really tough month where people just hadn't closed a lot. And I thought, like, am I just going to shove all the rest of this money, because I had a bit left over, into this company and it's just going to go. And I've wasted, because I've probably been in the...
You have to go back to your lucrative lawyers.
So
Those badly paid lawyers.
So I was thinking about how can I go back to being a lawyer? I've got to redo this. I've got to redo that. And someone got in contact with me for a job in Saudi in real estate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I said, yes, please. Like, I'm interested. Like, send me more information. And it ended up going away, and we ended up kind of like, we probably broke even, from 2015 to 2021, like at best, like, nothing left over. So then we just carried on kind of plodding and got back onto breaking even again, and didn't make that money back that I put into it. But we made payroll. I think we maybe had to let a couple of people go. I don't know. We did. We had to get a photographer go, and
what did you learn?
One
from
of the
this?
admin.
What did you learn?
Yeah, and I think probably what I should have learned, well, I'm not sure that I did really, was I just wasn't changing enough. I was like in the business. Like, I was the leasing manager, I was the sales manager, I was doing this, I was doing that. I was in the business, basically like an administrative assistant. And I wasn't changing enough about the way that we did business. And I was waiting for the market to save me, and it never was. I was waiting for the market to pick up instead of, thinking, I need to do something fundamentally different here about the business, because, this is death by 1,000 cuts. This is just, this is sinking and it's going into the ground. And what I needed to do was make a change. And, I didn't change anything.
You didn't?
Nope.
So the market saved you?
The market saved me. Yeah. To be honest. And that's something that I think about a lot now, is like, what value, do I add? Because I'm not like
I agree. What value do you add?
I'm not like you, where I don't close deals. Like, I'm like, what value do I add to my company? Sure, I run it and that kind of thing. But what value do I really add? What am I doing that other people aren't doing? I don't know if you've noticed, I consider myself a quite intelligent person. I'd say I went to Cambridge. I'll tell you later. And so I think What value do I add over and above, like, being a manager? What am I actually contributing to this company in terms of, direction?
And what's the answer to that, Ben?
innovation? Yeah.
What is the answer?
And the answer is, I think
Nothing.
you've got to be, well, the answer is nothing, but I think the answer is you need to be thinking about getting better all the time. You need to be thinking about how can I do what I'm doing better, and actually also, where can I find different areas of business? There's a book called Blue Ocean Thinking.
I hate those. What are they? Acronym? Not acronyms.
Self-help books.
Taglines.
Business.
Taglines. Blue sky thinking.
Yeah, but Blue Ocean Thinking is about trying to find a market that no one else is in. So
nothing's in the blue ocean.
Well, the market that you're in now, didn't exist in terms of like the price of those villas didn't really exist like 6-7 years ago, right? It's a market that's kind of like almost grown out of nowhere.
I mean, the market was always there. The numbers have just got bigger.
Yeah, I suppose so. So yeah, it's made me think, on a regular basis, not to work in my business, but to work on it.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be doing too much of the day to day. I should be happy to give that off to someone else, and I should be thinking about, how to do what we do better. And that's, what I learned. But to be honest, at the time after we got out, after we paid it off in 2018 and I made payroll and we started to make payroll again, I was like so nervous and there was so little skin, like so little extra kind of space, that I didn't work, on my business. I still worked in it because I felt like I needed to be in there just to make it, run and wash its face. And now there's a bit of
Fat on the bone.
Fat on the bone. Thank you. Two fat on the bone brokers. Now I've got that time to go, actually, you do that. I'm gonna, try and think
Play golf.
an amazing plan to do what we do better.
Look, I mean, what you have done, what you have learnt has stood you in good stead. I mean, the company that you have now is the largest independently owned real estate company in Abu Dhabi?
No, but we have the most real estate brokers on Property Finder. So there's a lot of companies who have a lot more brokers than us. Like I went to visit one the other day and they reckon they got 260 brokers. And I look at Property Finder and they've got like 52 or something. But that's the whole off-plan market. So secondary market, I think we're the biggest.
Oh, so what you've learnt, you have put into practice. Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that we haven't. And I still wonder,
Yeah, but you'll never get there, right?
That's
the
just
point.
doing well because the market's doing well?
Yes.
As opposed to...
Yes, that's how markets work.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, but you won't be doing this well when the market's not doing so well, will you?
Yeah, but I need to be doing better than everyone else.
That's fine, but you'll never know whether that's the case until it happens.
It's like beating the S&P 500. It's like, well, so the market's going up, so your returns are great, right? But, that's happening to everyone. You need to be doing better than that because, otherwise, literally, what's the point of you? Like, I mean, what's the point?
You have
of
to
me?
be very special
Unless
to beat the S&P 500.
Well, I mean,
over the last 20 years, not many people have done that.
Yeah. But then, why is someone paying you? Why are you paying this hedge fund guy 2 and 20 if he's not beating the S&P 500? You could just put it in a tracker and
I agree. I mean, isn't that what Warren Buffett says? Just put it in the stock market, let it ride.
He does. Yeah, very sensible. Very sensible. So yeah, that was my big thing, and what I learned about it, and yeah, I'm still trying to live that now. Trying to focus on that.
I love how yours is more macro and mine's more micro.
Well, I run a company.
Yeah,
and
yeah. I run a company,
yeah, you do
but we only have 10 brokers, so it's not as time consuming as the 70 staff that you have now.
We have nearly 90, I think.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, look, I guess if I can make this about me now, my favourite topic. A lot of people have heard the story of the Wicked Witch, that I did, and if you haven't, I'll abbreviate it. I was in the middle of a transaction. Another real estate agent managed to worm her way in, lying, and kind of nearly sidelined me. But thankfully, my relationship with both parties was pretty strong. I was still remunerated for actually putting the transaction together. And I think, over the course of my real estate career, I have been too forgiving of people who have shown me their true colors. And I think, when you get burnt by someone, there is no reason to give them a second chance in our industry. I'm not saying in general life, but people don't change. This is one of the things that I've learnt. I was having a conversation with one of my staff and they said to me, this person, are they ever going to change? And she said, do people change? People do change. I am not the same person I was 25 years ago. And I'm not the same person.
You're fatter.
I'm actually thinner probably. Oh, no, yeah, I probably am fatter. But I'm not going to be the same person as today as I am in 25 years. So people do change, but people don't change because someone else wants them to.
Sounds like marriage counseling.
You're really mean to me. And I want you to stop being mean, but you'll never stop being mean to me, right? But in time, fuck you. What? In time,
great analogy.
You will change, right? But not because I want
meaner.
You to.
Yeah.
But the point is, I used to work for a guy, and he was probably the first person I cut out completely because I knew the kind of person that he was, and I knew he was never going to change. And that has become more of a modus operandi from me, from the amount of times I've been burnt. I've been in this industry for a long time. And I think one thing that you need to understand about people, and this is another podcast that we've done recently, you will understand their true self when you're in a business transaction and the end goal is money, right? And once you see the true person and you don't like what you see, there is no reason to carry on with that individual. We have a girl in our office. She works on the Palm. Her name's Henna. There is a real estate broker that she seems to constantly fall in line with. And this guy, for want of a better word, screws her over. And we know of 2 occasions where he screwed her over and she knew it happened. And she's come crying to us. And the first time we were like, okay, look, we'll have a conversation with him. We'll try and figure it out. The second time we were like, well, we did tell you to stop dealing with him. We did. And she stopped dealing with him and became very happy and actually became very successful. And now I found out she's back in another transaction with him and he's already starting to mess her around.
It's like beaten wife syndrome.
Yeah. I think, from all of the mistakes I've made, the one thing that I will hold truest to myself now is once you see the true person, just get rid of them. If you don't like what you see, just cut them loose.
So when you see the red flags, but I mean, that's specifically about brokers, right? Obviously, the way brokers' moral compasses and things like that.
Yeah,
I think your moral
I
compass
guess
maybe never changes.
I think people's moral compass does change.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think, as you grow, you change. As your life changes, you have kids, you have a family, you have a house, you have a business. Your raison d'etre changes, right? Before, if you're anything like me, you live for your kids, right? You live to make sure that their lives are better. Before they were around, you lived for whatever reason it was. Rugby, probably, in your case.
Yeah, that's true.
But people do change. I guess in terms of things that I've experienced, that's the one thing. I mean, I went through what you went through when I had Crompton Partners estate agents in Dubai. I actually borrowed money from you to keep the doors open. Remember?
You did, yeah. Paid it all back as well.
I did. With interest, you little bastard.
Yeah, remember that.
I guess from a commercial perspective, for me, my mindset was different to yours. You put money into your company and you were saved by the market. I put money into my company and I had changed, right? We were just doing sales and I saw the market was changing and I borrowed money from you and I created a rentals team and I did all of that way too late. And we ran out of cash. And part of that was the market. Part of that was me, hubris of youth. I've now got my own real estate company. I have a guy running it who is far better at running it than I am. I have a big office. I think we had about 26, 27 staff. I'm just going to go play golf. And I did. I went to play golf. And that
You got very good
stuff. Yeah,
you got down to 2 or
got
something.
down to scratch.
Did you really?
Yeah, my handicap was 0.1.
So it was worth it then.
Yeah, I don't play off scratch anymore, and Crompton Partners Estate Agents in Dubai doesn't exist anymore. It does in Abu Dhabi. So, I guess, again, lesson learned. If you have a business, you need to nurture it. You can't, as you, in a way, also experienced, you have to look at your company from above rather than from inside. And I chose not to do that. I chose to go play golf. So
you did put someone in charge of it, which is the dream, right? If you have a company,
yeah,
the dream is you build it up, you put someone. I mean, it depends how much you love it. You put someone in charge of it, they run it, goes great. You go and get a scratch.
I appreciate you giving me a get out of jail free card there, but I still hold myself entirely responsible for its demise. So, yeah. So I guess lessons learned. One,
and I think also after that, you did double down on. You found out what you were good at, which was being a full-time broker, and you doubled down on that, and focusing on yourself and your own business and things like that, and putting Crompton Partners aside and taking time and then to build up your own business, working on what you were.
Okay, you've reinforced my point. Thank you. Your success is a lot about who you align yourself with. Right, I was on my own running a one-man band as Crompton Partners Estate Agents for a couple of years, and it was miserable. It was soul-destroying. It was no one to talk to, no one to bounce ideas off. And then I aligned myself with, Fabrizio Saltini and Chris Boswell, and, Chris and I
Fabio Saltini.
And Fabio Saltini, yeah, sorry, I'm Fabio. And, Chris and I were both kind of in a bit of a rough situation. I think mine was probably a bit worse than his. And we formed an alliance, which started to feather both of our nests. We started to do business together. And, that kind of dug us out of the funk. And then, I joined forces with Fabrizio and Fabio Saltini, created Crompton Saltini. And again, I formed an alliance, and we grew together, and we grew a company. Fabio doesn't work with us anymore. Fabrizio and I are still growing, and I've found a group of people that I trust, and I can form good partnerships with.
A hippie commune, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, we shower. Not together.
Office showers.
So yeah, I guess, from all of this adversity has created Eden Realty. Fabrizio was going through a hard time with the company that he was running. I won't give away his secrets, but, we formed an alliance with his brother. And we've created something quite special with Eden.
Yeah, you have.
All through who you choose to hitch your wagon to.
Yeah, it's true. Do you ever fall prey? And I see a lot of, because on Instagram, obviously, Instagram now knows I'm in real estate. It sends me a lot of Instagram real estate based memes. And one of the ones that I find the funniest is the top provider. What do they call the
producer?
Top producer, yeah. The top.
That's
producer
an American thing. I can immediately tell. That's an American meme.
Yeah. So your top producer is your best agent, right?
Yeah.
They're the one making a lot of money. And so I think other mistakes that I've made is trying to pander to your top producer. So when someone's making a lot of money for you, you're like, sure, you can just do whatever you want. And that's quite a red flag, but I'm just going to let that go.
I remember that chick.
Money.
Yeah. I remember that.
Because money. Yeah. And you're really pissing everyone else off in the whole team, but still money, so still not saying anything. And that obviously comes home to,
Look, if someone's upsetting the status quo, you need to yank their chain. Doesn't matter who and how much they're billing.
But money.
Okay, so case in point, right? The Wicked Witch works for a big real estate company. No one in that real estate company, because of who she is, will do business with her. Right? But the boss...
But they're happy to take the cash.
But the boss of that company, fine, she's just doing what she does. Yeah. But she, they are a thorn in the foot, and that will become septic, and that will become a real problem because of exactly what you said. She's doing bad things to everybody and everyone inside and outside of the company. But money, money, she's making good money, right? And look what happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so what did happen to me. So Little did I know that this agent had another company outside and she wasn't putting her own deals, or we never found any evidence of that, but she was trying to approach my agents to put their deals through this other company. None of them did. Luckily, we had quite good loyalty, but even that's
And what was her
really
game?
dreadful.
So she would take half. They would take half.
No. She'd offer them 80-20.
Just to do the deal with all of your resources and then just bung the deal through a company.
Yeah.
So scummy.
And she would
That
go
is
to
so scummy.
other agents in other companies as well, just to try and get them, to put money through. Obviously, zero cost to her, but she'd be getting the 20%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty low. Great business idea.
Yeah, it's a great business model.
I think that's what they call bottom feeding. Isn't that what they call that?
I don't know.
Interest you in some water, Benji?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's that's again overlooking red flags, I guess you could say, just because I was motivated to do so because they were such a good salesperson.
It takes you back to your gut feeling. Your gut feeling is very seldom wrong.
I don't think that's true at all. I think people put way too much. It's like I saw this thing. Did I see it or did I listen to it? About, do you think dogs are a good judge of character? And like dog people were like, yeah, if my dog doesn't like someone, then I think they're a bad person. If they do like someone, they're a good person. And people actually use it in films. If the dog likes the person.
If it's in films, it's got to be true.
Yeah, dogs are terrible judges of people. Hitler had loads of dogs, and I'm sure they loved him. Yeah. He was a big dog fan.
How do you know?
Dog guy. Dogs are not a good judge of character, and I don't think people's gut instinct, is particularly strong. Some people are better judges.
You had a gut instinct about this.
I didn't. I thought she was great. I wanted her to buy into the company.
Okay, you're a terrible judge of character.
I'm a terrible judge of character.
Okay,
you're
fine.
right. Yes.
Well, your EQ is not as good as your IQ, put it that way.
No, that's
And
very
I'm
true.
the opposite.
IQ's
My EQ
massive.
is excellent. My IQ is pretty low.
Yeah.
In fact, you tied these shoelaces.
Funny they had a book on people. That would be much easier for me. Anyway.
I think we've regaled people with our bad and good experiences. Well done. Congratulations, guys. You have wasted another 25 minutes with the two fat brokers. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you again. And last bit of housekeeping. 80% of you are consuming us without committing to us. Please, if you want to be kept abreast of what we are doing, how we are doing it, and what we are saying, like and also subscribe. And apparently there's a bell. So if you really want to be hot off the press, there's a bell which will alert you to our presence.
You've been Barney from Dubai.
I've been Ben from Abu Dhabi.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.